Oh,
Laying down on a job.
snoofing in the sewers. Boing.
Where's my wife, you symbiote freak?
We've gone into the wet caverns of terrible sewage today to find all of the bonuses and, presumably, our kidnapped wife. Hole in the... Oh no, natural caverns. It's reflective and we cannot stand on it, because then you'd have to render a... Oh, but you can stand on that. It's the lizards we're panicking about in the gossip lizards. Look at them. They've written newspapers. They're writing newspapers to make us perturbed on the surface world. That's how they get you, is these reptiles today? This is the button. Here we go. Incapacitate a lizard first. Oh, these are one of those never webbed friends. You can't web up lizards. Whoa! But you can send them to hell. Oh, the beneath world is full of structures as well. Tiny lighthouses. Or massive, not lighthouses. They're not tiny, they're low down. They've got no light. I don't know what... You see something like that, you think lighthouse. I do, anyway. I'm not going to blame you for it. If you think of a lighthouse, then so must I. That's the rule, and so this could be partially your responsibility, and I thank you to acknowledge that. In the sewers, where we chase our nemesis. Well, I may have plummeted to my death there, but we shall press on. I see you've plummeted to your death.
Laying down on a
You
job,
titty idiot.
Parker.
Goodbye. Ah,
Where's my wife, you symbiote freak?
Brislington. I need to not jump. You can just walk through. It looks like there's a bit of wall in the way, but there really isn't. You can step over it. You've got legs. Spider legs, spider legs. Reptiles are my enemy. Ow! You spat on me. In green. And I don't want that. Clearly, because it hurt. I'm a raptor, raptoring off. I left myself vulnerable to spit there for a moment, but fortunately, it didn't actually strike me, seemingly. And that is what we mean when we say... Bonus bristles! I feel as though you could be making better use of the targeting system that the game gives you. Hoo hoo hoo, steak venom.
My wife, you symbiote freak.
He's the most steak grillium of Venom incarnations.
You can run, Venom, but you can't hide.
Steak grillium was a real game changer. Elodie, if you're watching this, you've potentially doomed us all, but you know, I thank you for it. The power of steak grillium is not to be underestimated, nor apparently its longevity. Even if I am the only one, steak grillium will be held in reverence. And it's because of this lizard. Let's punish him for it now. Alright. You win this round. He has escaped judgment. There we go. Look, it's the best way to move across narrow things. He's fucked off. There we are. Look, you can't stop me punching every lizard, you see? It's the whole point of the Shadow of the Colossus series that I did. I certainly can't think of any others. Right. Now, when Breaking Benjamin discovers this development, they'll cry. Okay. Oh no, you've shut a door! They just attached that to natural caverns. They were like, we might need to trap Spider-Man in one of these. Nature shall provide lizards, but we must provide the infrastructure by which they can corner the enemy. The enemy must punch, punch, kick, punch. Spider-Man, no! The lizards are far too powerful. If I've got one criticism of this game, it's that the lizards are far too powerful, and if memory serves, this won't be the last lizard problem I have in this game, to be honest. I see you're having lizard problems in this game, to be honest.
Parker.
You can run, Venom, but you can't hide.
I mean, he can literally turn invisible is the funny thing about that statement. I think hiding is sort of something he's uniquely prepared for. He's kind of established he doesn't need to. Kick! I kicked you in the throat and then you went away. Oh, but it's a lizard punishment chance! You shall see the No! Don't jump over anyone, you've done it twice now! God. He doesn't. Well, that was uncharitably done. So you've been recording for 8 minutes.
Laying down on the job.
Can't help but notice you're still here.
Where's my wife, you symbiote freak?
I mean, I barely want to gloat about it at this point, as it's just
You can run, Venom, but you can't
getting
hide.
somewhat tiresome for me, even, really. I had this whole other scheme cooked up, and apparently I just needed to get you near pipes, underground. Who'd have thought? Craven will be kicking himself that he hadn't come up with that.
These guys must be leftovers from one of the lizard's experiments.
Lizard today.
Maybe we just avoid certain lizards. That lizard did not want me to avoid him. But it's my choice whether or not I want to fight lizards today. On the news! This is, to be honest, somewhat more trouble than it's worth. Just to get to a corridor where I'll get my ass kicked by several more reptiles. I feel like there's been a difficulty spike, to be honest. Ever since Venom got involved, he blepped at us and the game got harder.
I'm sorry, guys.
Hey,
Am
march
I late to the
in.
party?
Marching along, several lizards, doo-ba-doo. Right, we just got booth. The booths are not as reliable as I'd like. Directional inputs on your bike. And they're spitting anyway. Okay. We dealt with it somewhat more handily there. Which is... oh. Different
Open
doors.
the door.
Who is it?
Well, that was a whole level. That explains it, to be honest. What if we just put a bunch of really hard lizards in the way? Gotta load more. Webby woo. Off into the distance. I guess there's possibly more going on, because otherwise it was just a bunch of buildings in fog up to this point, but you've got to have, like, whole cavern walls here. The lizards, for how strong they are, I'm sure require more data. Maybe there's a limit to how much sewage you can render at once. I don't know what the state of the technology was. It's weird that this is what the sewers look like. I hate to keep harping on that. I know it was like the first thing I mentioned when we jumped down the manhole. It's odd that it looks like this.
I should probably swim to the next pipes using my L1 targeting mode.
Now it's reminding us. Because it's... No, you're strong and difficult. God. There's secret waterfall here somewhere, I think. Or am I thinking of a completely different game? I can't bloody tell anymore. Some pipes are green. And they like letting you know that in the video game. Ah, now I can swing to you, it says. What? See, over... Yeah, over there, look. Yeah, here we go. You see, secret waterfall bonus prizes for you. Look what we've made. Ah, yes. Spider-Man armor and a comic book. That's what we want. That's what we've wanted from the beginning. We've been very clear about that. But you keep doing other shit as token gestures that don't really change anything, and then keep treating us as ungrateful when we don't fall for it. Not talking about anything in particular. It's a bit disorienting to... It's a bit confusing to see all of the flipping sideways when you make it go. Which is what I believe a lot of critics said at the time. The exact word. It's possible it's not the exact words, but... Ah! Devastating. Can we not make this a regular thing? I've been very clear. Right, now we avoid the majority, I think, of reptiles today. There's two here I can't really do much about. I can boof them. Boof them off! I can boof them off on the summertime brigade. And I can give them their own television show. Though I don't really know how that would help. It's difficult to know what the solution will be when you can turn off the world. Just saying it like it is, man. What do you want me to tell you? Web cartridge. Well, at least we got more health this time. For us to immediately waste when we plummet into the cavern's depths. The darkness of all the places we can't render. You just sort of slipped for a bit there. You had me worried. You were about to be captured by gnomes. I'm glad you weren't. But I'm a bit surprised, to be honest, that it even came up as a problem. I feel like it was tremendously avoidable. Whoa! I was expecting to stand on it, but you didn't provide me with a door. Right, now... I'm armoured this time, you chuckle. Oh no, an entire lizard just lunged at me. Right, how's about you get punched by these now for strong attacks? It's kind of difficult to tell if I've still got them on or not, because it's metal shapes still, and the hands aren't. The hands are not tremendous, but we can see... I'm not sure where that sentence was going, so I'm going to just stop it there. And you can all... it can be a mystery.
Already at full health.
Oh no, not a train! There we go. There was a fellow on the train. The train is a bastard. The train could be a real problem, I'm not gonna lie. I've got very little train confidence, but we shall press on. Oh. The holy sausages of Mount Kilimanjaro want to make you aware of the dangers that you could see in any normal hedgerow. Stay on the subway. This is narrower than I remember.
I'm already at full health.
I'm just a... Oh no! There's a reptile! There he is! Oh, there's another one! They're going to stop you now. Oh! Go away! Do it again! Oh, they will go! They will go, but you have to make them. You can punch them off. But you gotta be careful not to be punched off, and the train will tell you when you're nearly there. Oh, I'm going to despair at the number of lizards we've got. I can't help but feel like this is somewhat excessive if you've made the lizards this strong. Go home. You do live here. Go somewhere else. I sent it to its room. This is its room. I'm Christopher Eccleston and I'm here to fight lizards in your subway tonight. He does that now on television. I'm sure. If I say it with enough confidence, I've read The Secret. Fake it till Christopher Eccleston fights a lizard. You just gotta hope he respects your moxie. I nearly wandered off. I'm punching the lizards better than I thought I might. You alright there? You seem like you want some quavers, but... Oh! At least they give you a lot of health. I'm doing, like, to be honest, uncommonly well. I don't want to jinx it, because you do have to start again from the beginning every time you get knocked off the train. And it's just a continuous stream of very powerful lizards for you to discuss with your professor. I got it at the right time. No, shield me. Deliver me from evil. Deliver me from reptiles. What is the point of God if he can't stop a reptile from doing that to you on a train when you were nearly done? Oh. Oh, Chuck E. Cheese, why have you condemned me to death? It's weird that you've got the power to do that. Who made you a judge? You see what I have to deal with on the train every time. I've not got armour, but armour's not really... I feel like the armour barely helped. No.
No, don't do it. I'm a...
Him, and I command you to stop. Ow. Did worse. I did worse there, and I can't rightly account for it, to be honest. Well, everyone's bad at lizards the second time. He just turns invi... Presumably he's still on the train somewhere. Why can't we just sort of punch around until we find him? Or did he get off the train somehow and still end up ahead of us? Why can't... We need to figure out the shortcuts being used by the secret symbiotic snoofers. Maybe only snoofuses can use them. Maybe only snoofuses can see them. We don't know. It's the power of the snoofs of many. Many and myriad. And I want that. Stop. Detonates itself after a while. I could, to be honest, probably be using that more effectively for maximum protection. But the method by which you execute the maneuver is not reliable. I don't know why, I just... This is probably just, like, not at all real and pure superstition, and just like as a result of, like, tactile feedback or whatever. It feels like the move is more powerful when you detonate it manually. I've missed so many health pickups. Including that one, and I'd like to not. Stop. Go off. No, you funky stranger! Oh. It's the new book in the Bible. Is the one I say about sausages. Go, 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 go off, go away off the train. Oh, I don't even know what that... Don't laugh at me on the back of a subway. Oh, the prophecy's been fulfilled. I'm having a bad time on trains. I warned you. I warned you what we were in for. So don't say I didn't. There's not really anything else you could do with that information. If you don't like trains, this is going to be just a painful episode for you. Stop. Don't. Fuck off. I'm going to do special kicks at you until you go. I figured out how to do the thwippy pulls. It's... you do it backward while webs. Fuck off. What? You didn't even seem like you were off the train, to be honest. That punch... That has more thrusting power than it looks like it did. If I'm to be honest. No, you're munching on me. Get off. Get away. They did it. It finally worked. Finally entered the actual, like, attack animation part of that. No, you go. Go off of a train. Like any self-respecting lizard man should want to do in this situation. What sort of lizard gets on a train, eh? A fool. You're a disgrace. They're not falling for it, they're not buying it. They're like, you've a vested interest in getting me off this train. Why would I listen to you? Why would I listen to your advice on how best to counteract me? You're so keen to say that this hurts our movement? Not talking about anything in particular. We've got to finance the increase in Jammy Dodger production now. That one biscuit is just apparently now the world. Who put Jammy Dodgers in the core of the earth? I warned you about that. Hiding biscuits underground can, you know, it's fun. It's all good fun. But then you go too deep. You don't think about the consequences of your biscuit burying tomfoolery. You all laughed at me when I said this had happened, and to be fair, you were right to do so, because it's bloody ridiculous, yet here we all are, because there is no bar low enough. Swipey, don't. No, I hate it when you do that. It actually is probably the least damage I've ever received from one of your attacks, but... Whoa. I went sideways, drag. I guess there's more of a range of croissants than I had initially prepared. Whoa. No, jumpy lizards can't be targeted. I read that in the Bible. Really weird. Just right in the middle. Right in the middle of the bit about Saul. Like just before he becomes Paul. Scales fall from his eyes. By the way, jumpy lizard, you know, speaking of scales, did you know a jumpy lizard cannot be targeted? It's... I don't know why they... The Bible gets very easily distracted. And I don't want... Ah! I was 5 centimeters away! Oh, I'm gonna have a nightmare about prawns because of this. It's the fault of prawn thoughts now! Hide a little budgie beneath the sands of time. And if you don't, and I know you won't, it will live a life of crime! Making all the lizards fuck off the train is really quite gratifying, but I just wish it didn't take so much of my damn energy every time. I could probably be yanking lizards away if I could do that more better. The boofs are good, but not always the best because you do have to get close to a lizard. And then you got situations like this, where they are facing you along the length of the train. And you've got to rely on pints of vinegar. Who buys vinegar in pints? This guy, because I've got lizards to take away. No. You've got mail. And that means stop fighting and read it, okay? It might be urgent. It might be from Kendallberth Huberstrunk. Alright? She has 2 keys in her pocket. One of them tells the future, and the other opens the garage. Aha! Doing well.
Don't hurt me. It will undermine that I said I was doing well.
No. You all have to leave. Why is this? Is lizard train jumping like a sport down here? You all seem very prepared to jump on a train. Oh, yes, now I live in the rainforest. It says I'm done, but it's still producing pickups.
Oh, spiders.
Doing my spider stretches. I have been on the train the entire time. Hello, going a pipe. Idiot. All that. He was just fucking with us with lizards. We knew he was on the train the whole time because he laughed at us when we fell off. Why is that surprising to me?
Where am I now?
What was the point of all of that? He's just being a...
He's being a boofus.
Oh no. Go away, go away, go away, go home. Go away, go home. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I don't want your Battenbergs. I don't need any, really. I'm fine without. I mean, this might probably... We've not made a great deal of progress, but this might be where we want to end the episode, so, it won't let me face the camera, so you can just stare at my back. And I'll see you when we're ready to reconvene in the sewers. Like that. God, that fucking train. Spider-Man! Spider-Man! Underground there's a Spider-Man. Is he strong? Probably. He seems to win a lot of fights. Look out, there are some spiders here.